Good morning, YouTube. It's Geoffrey, Howells Carpet Cleaning. We are out in Southeast Portland today with doing a little bit of extraction work here. This apartment complex, I believe it's a 2-room. We're going to go in, we're going to give it a good pre-vacuum, put down our pre-spray pretty good, then we're going to CRB it, agitate it, let it dwell, then we're going to go back over and give it a quick steam clean. And that kind of a 3-stage approach with the vacuum, the pre-spray, the agitation, and the steam cleaning seem to work excellent. So let's go ahead and go on inside and see what we're doing here. One thing I do want to point out is this water faucet. I soon realized that there are several sizes of water faucet keys. So the one that I had and have been using worked to this point, and then I ran into some that were different size and had to go pick up another key. But Home Depot's got this key, I think it's about $8, which I thought was a little spendy, but it does have 4 size keys on it, so it comes in real handy. So I was able to find the one that I needed. Other than that, you're really messing with some needle nose pliers or pliers trying to turn water on and off, which may or may not work. I've gotten to some that were inset that you could not reach without a key. So in those situations, pliers don't help you out at all. But let's go ahead and go inside. See, we got this family room area. Looks like it lightly soiled. Stairways. Give these a good vacuum. Good morning. I am the carpet cleaner. Okay. I'm just doing a quick walk through here, seeing what needs to be done.
All right.
If I'm in your way, just yell at me, tell me to move.
Okay.
We've got one bedroom here. Turn on lights and see if there's any details we should be paying attention to. Now, this is just plastic of some sort. Get that off the carpet. Not a big red spot in the carpet. It looks like a couple of impressions. Those can be steamed out usually. We got the second. This would be the master bedroom up here. So yeah, looks like just a quick. I think we're good on our assessment of what we're going to be doing. I think it'll work out absolutely perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and keep you up to date as we go along here. Alright, I've gone through and I've pre-vacuumed the entire place, the upstairs. I've got a little hand vac that I'm going to use on the stairways. That's specifically for the stairs. But in here, as you can see, it's sort of a long fiber shag. It's a polyester, some sort of blend, synthetic. And it's probably absorbing oils, and you know, you just have to deal with that when you're dealing with polyester. So I try to kind of use that sort of cleaning solution all the time, because most apartments are all polyester. You really only run into the nylons in homes, and even in rental homes, a lot of cases it's just polyester because they put in the cheap that they can, and then they just replace them for the next tenant. But anyways, one thing to note is that it's the debris buildup in the carpeting that causes physical damage. It's not necessarily the residue and red Kool-Aid spots and things that look nasty on the top of the carpet, which is the reason why people have their carpets cleaned. It's the debris, the sand, the grit, the dirt, and things that actually accumulate in the carpets that are the main culprits that damage carpet fibers. So with that in mind, I know with these sort of carpets, even though they look good on top, I know that there's probably quite a bit of debris hiding in them. So I actually vacuumed over this area here twice, and both times I could hear the vacuum picking debris up out of the carpeting. So I feel good knowing that we are getting debris out of the carpeting and prolonging the carpets and preventing damage from occurring, as well as making the carpets look beautiful by the time we're done. So it's kind of a two-stage approach. You know, you kind of have to weigh the pros and cons on both ends because it does take more work, but in the long run it's much more beneficial. So keep that in mind when you're cleaning. You know, that's kind of been my thought over the years. I don't know any of you other guys have any other thoughts on how and why you do things the way you do. I'd love to see any comments or any dialogue anywhere concerning this issue. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and begin our pre-spray. Alright, we've got our truck fired up. We got our solution line running in. Technically, we could run the truck out in idle to do our pre-spray. We've got it turned on just to heat up the water, so it's just a moment. What am I going to do? I'm going to get a guard for that corner. I don't like the way it's hanging there. Alright, I got a corner guard here just so we're not scraping anything. And I kind of set this up on the door handle so that gravity's not pulling our lines back down. And then left enough hose to hopefully get this entire room back in here. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our Hydro Force with our enzyme pre-spray. Kind of breaks the water tension because the polyester carpets, plastic doesn't absorb water, so it just kind of breaks that tension down so that you're able to rinse the carpets. So we're going to go ahead and do that and be on our way. Alright, so I suppose you can call this phase 2 of our cleaning process. What it is a counter-rotating brush machine, CRB for short. And what is happening here, we've got these rotating brushes under this machine that are engaged when we pull down this handle. And then we proceed by grooming our carpet cleaning solution all the way into the carpet. And I am not able to do this one-handed and hold the camera because this floor isn't flat and the CRB is drifting off to one side, so I'm going to have to do this two-handed. Okay, CRB, what's going on here? See, we pre-scrubbed these carpets. Now, see all these little hair balls? This was hair and lint and things that were actually stuck in the carpets, and the vacuum cleaner was not able to get it up. So it was kind of matted in there. And the brushes on the CRB are very gentle, and they just kind of groom and pull that stuff up. So in terms of animal and matted hair, it does a phenomenal job. And so when we go back through and we steam clean this out, we'll just pick all these little fuzz balls up. But see, there's not much of it. It's just pulling up the loose stuff, which is going to be floating around in the air, and you're going to be breathing it in anyways, which probably take years off your life. But we're getting it cleaned up now. Yes, clean your carpets and live longer. That is going to be the next slogan. Alright, we're going to attempt to do a live demo. You see all those spots down there in the carpeting? This floor is so uneven. We're just going to go over those, loosen them up, and allow our Enzol to get in there and pretty much just eat them away. There are probably drinks, could be lotion of some kind, who knows, but as you can see, the CRB just scrubs them out, no problem. And again, with this spot right here, don't know what it is. Go over it from a couple different angles. bust out a little bit of hairball there. And you can see that spot is pretty much obliterated. And that's really what the power of the CRB is, because it's taking that cleaning solution, that pre-spray that we covered the carpets with, and it's just grooming and agitating into the carpet. So it's like putting soap on dishes in a sink when you're going to clean the dishes, and the soap just breaks down all that grime and grease, and you scrub those dishes. You don't even have to run water over the dishes to clean them off. You just dip them into a bowl of clean water, and everything just kind of slides right off the plate into the water. So that's more or less excuse me, more or less the analogy of what we're doing here is we're just suspending all the soil and nasties that are in the carpet, and then when we go over with a hot water extraction, that stuff just lifts out, so we're not having to rinse the carpets with tons of water and absolutely soak them. They just peels right off the carpets, and very easy to clean at that point. And it gets the job done. It gets the job done better. Everything's pre-treated. Now we've got our truck, the hose is running up, the truck is on, ready to go. We're gonna proceed by doing our steam cleaning. Basically just help we turn our water on. Here, I think the switch should be engaged by now. We're just gonna use a blast of steam. Maybe it's not super high pressure, so you don't see steam just billowing out all over the place. The hoses do get hot enough to burn yourself, so we're probably looking about 200 degrees, 220 degrees, so it's not going to be a whole lot of steam at that temperature anyways. You start getting above, you start getting into 220, 230, 240, and you begin damaging, there's a potential to start damaging carpet fibers at that point. So I try to be safe, better safe than sorry. Try to be cautious, and if it requires me doing a little bit more scrubbing and pre-agitation in exchange for overheating, I will choose that path. So anyways, we're just gonna go ahead and rinse this all out, and that'll pretty much do our cleaning for today. The master bedroom has been thoroughly steam cleaned and ready to go. Being that this is polyester carpeting, basically plastic, it will dry super fast. So even though the window's open, it'll probably be dry in about 30 minutes or less. Same with the carpets in here. Came out absolutely beautiful in every little spot. I even used a little bit of pig out to pull out, look like some makeup stuff that may have been splattered on the carpet, and that came right up no problem. One of the benefits of plastic is that nothing really adheres to it permanently, except for oils, and it just makes it more difficult to come out. So I'm going to come down the stairway here. Got to make some room down the stairs in the downstairs area. Alright, in here, the traffic area, grease and stuff looks much better than it did. I mean, being that it's polyester, plastic stuff, I mentioned earlier that it would be pretty much impossible to pull it out 100% because it's just plastic. But what we are going to do is I made up some of Aquaway's Grease Hog, and it's probably mixed at a concentrate of about 8 ounces per gallon. So in a 32-ounce bottle, 2 ounces in that would be equivalent to about 8 ounces a gallon. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and pre-treat it. I'm going to rake it in real good with that rake, and then wipe out the rest of this place, wand it out, and then while that's dwelling, then we're going to go back and hit that up again and see if we can get any results out of that. Alright, so I did give it some Grease Hog, and what Grease Hog is, it's a high pH encapsulation solution, so that water tension is broken with encapsulation solution. It worked. I can see that it lightened it up, but it did not work 100%. Like I said, it's probably permanent. Again, I got out as much as I possibly could. I'd say I probably got a good 70–85% of it out of there. So all we can do is do our best and salvage the carpets as far as they will possibly go. Okay, here we are. We have finished, and I've raked out the carpeting because these are longer fibers. And as you can see, we've majorly improved on that area right there. However, unfortunately, just because of the way it is, it's never going to completely pull out. In fact, as I'm looking at it, it almost has a shading effect, like it looks like it's kind of crushed down along there. So, because it looks, I can kind of see some indentage stuff going there. It looked like maybe there was a chair or something sitting right in there. But we did all that we can for polyester carpeting, and I think it looks really good. So definitely not offensive. I would totally live here in a snap and not even be concerned whatsoever with that mild wear there. So anyways, we're gonna call it a wrap here. Geoffrey with Howells Carpet Cleaning. Carpet cleaning in Milwaukie, Happy Valley, Clackamas area, Gladstone. Give me a call personally. My line 503-939-0534, and I will do whatever it takes to restore your carpeting back to pre-existing conditions.